I'm Taylor Brock. Merrily is away. It's Wednesday, December 31st. Today, community in distress.
This is now a human safety issue, not just a power outage.
New details on a Northern First Nation as thousands are still without electricity. Also today, new details on a deadly fire response.
An external fire attack had to take place before they could safely enter the building.
Winnipeg's police chief is responding to Monday's fatal house fire. Plus, rural rescue revival.
It needed to come back to the town of Stonewall.
Why one fire department is restoring a vintage fire rig and what they hope to do with it. Good afternoon and thanks for joining us. Several thousand people remain in the dark this evening as First Nations leaders describe a dire situation in Pimachikamak Cree Nation, which has been without power for nearly 3 full days.
Families are freezing. Our homes are without heat and electricity in the winter conditions and extreme conditions. This is now a human safety issue.
That's Chief David Monius, who estimated there's roughly 5,300 people still in the community. The others have evacuated to Thompson and Winnipeg, with several hundred left on their own to seek shelter in hotels or with family. Photos shared with CTV News show people huddled around candles, space heaters, or outdoor fires for warmth. Monius says one home has already burned down as a result of people struggling to keep warm. And he says the community is unable to respond should there be any more fires. The chief is noting his community is going to need assistance even after power is restored.
Because we have now frozen pumps and pipes and water pumps, we already know that we assessed some of the houses already. So we cannot wait till later on during the week to start ordering water pumps, to start ordering piping. And we only have 8 plumbers in Cross Lake, in Pimachikamak. We need more people to be sent out to come and help us out.
Manitoba Hydro previously said it expects to have power restored by 6 p.m. tomorrow. The outage began Sunday evening when a 1,000-foot line running over the Nelson River failed. Manitoba Hydro crews with specialized equipment and helicopters began arriving the following day to begin clearing roads to the area and repair the damage. New details tonight about a fatal house fire in Winnipeg's Lord Roberts neighborhood. Winnipeg Fire Paramedic Chief Christian Schmidt says crews responded as early as 5 minutes after the 911 call was made. However, he says the first units to arrive could not immediately rescue the man.
While they knew there may be someone inside this building, they immediately determined an external fire attack had to take place before they could safely enter the building. The fire was so significant that it was not possible to make entry without first reducing some of the fire on the exterior, which they started doing immediately.
He says several additional crews continue to respond, at times arriving just a minute apart from one another, and with the final unit arriving 16 minutes after the 911 call was made. According to Schmidt, preliminary indication suggests the fire was accidental.
The National Fire Protection Agency standard recommends 15 firefighters to arrive on a scene within 8 minutes, 90% of the time. In this instance, we had 12 firefighters at the scene within 8 minutes, and their work began immediately. We had 20 firefighters on this scene within 12 minutes, and we had 24 firefighters there within 16 minutes of the night.
Schmidt says the blaze brings the unofficial number of Winnipeg fire deaths to 3 this year. CTV's Joseph Bernacki is working on the story and will have more at 6, including how the victims' friends are responding. A reminder, if you're planning to head out tonight, Winnipeg Transit is offering free service this evening. All regular and Transit Plus services are free tonight between 7 p.m. until the end of service. The city says the last buses will be leaving downtown around 1:30 a.m. On request service runs until about 2 a.m. in 10 zones. You're encouraged to book those rides at least 20 minutes before the end of service. Also, keep in mind transit fares are going up tomorrow, so after midnight your ride will cost you an extra 10 cents. So for full fare, that'll cost you $3.45. An iconic winter landmark is opening at the Forks for another year.
So we encourage people to come down and skate, and you can cross-country ski, you can ride your bike. There's going to be trails available for all that activity. It's a great way to, first of all, it's a great way to kick off the new year.
Nestaway River Trail at the Forks officially opens tomorrow at 10 a.m. However, only a section of the annual River Trail will be opening then. More sections are expected to open on the Red and Assiniboine rivers as nature allows. The Forks says the entire trail usually spans 6 kilometers. A city councillor wants parents and guardians to keep it moving when dropping kids off at school. St. Norbert St. River Councillor Marcus Chambers has put forward a motion that would mandate designated pickup and drop-off points for all city elementary schools. And it would include a strict 1-minute time limit for each vehicle. Chambers' motion for a stop, drop and go program also calls for increased enforcement from police or the parking authority, beginning with a warning period followed by ticketing.
What we're seeing right now is a lot of parents who are primarily thinking of their own kids and trying to get them out of the car, and it's creating real unsafe conditions for other students as well as school patrols.
A feasibility and cost analysis would need to be done first by the public service. The motion will appear before councillors on Wednesday. And Winnipeg Jets defenseman will represent Canada at next year's Olympics. Josh Morrissey was among the 25 NHL players selected for Team Canada for the Milano Cortina Olympic Winter Games in February. He's the only member of the Jets named to Team Canada, although teammate Nino Niederreiter was named to Switzerland's team earlier this year. Team USA will reveal its final roster Friday, according to TSN. Canada's roster also includes 2 players with Manitoba connections. Mark Stone, who is originally from Winnipeg and plays for the Vegas Golden Knights, was named one of the forwards. And Elkhorn's Travis Sanheim, who plays for the Philadelphia Flyers, was selected as a defenseman. A fire truck that first rolled into Stonewall more than 75 years ago could once again drive through town.
We've had a lot of people comment on their support for us bringing this truck back to Stonewall, and we just want to show people the history of the Stonewall Fire Department and the truck that used to provide support for the town of Stonewall.
Kevin Bowden with the Stonewall Rockwood Fire Department says the department bought the fire truck this fall from an antique collector in Petersfield. He says the fire truck was used in Stonewall from 1948 into the 1980s, adding that the relic was in amazing condition. Now, since the purchase, the department has been focusing on making it roadworthy.
It was the 30 members within our department that felt it was an integral part of the community and it needed to come back to the town of Stonewall.
The department hopes to have the engine restored over the next few months and have it running by next summer. As for the truck's use, they hope to have it in parades and on display. CTV weather specialist Colleen Brady is joining us with your first look at your Skywatch evening forecast. Colleen, what are you seeing?
Well, it's going to be a very cold end to 2025 across Manitoba and northwestern Ontario, including here in Winnipeg and particularly up in the north, including those folks without power tonight in the Cross Lake area. But as we flip the calendar into 2026, there will be another round of snow to usher in the new year. I'll show you where that will be falling coming up. But for now, let's take a look through the Bathfitter Live Eye. Bathfitter, your bath and shower experts for more than 40 years. In Winnipeg right now, it is minus 22 degrees. With the wind chill, it already feels like minus 30. Keep that in mind if you're heading out tonight to ring in the new year. Winds out of the north-northwest at 12 kilometers an hour. The pressure is rising, and the humidity right now is 74%. Out on the roads on this New Year's Eve, busy in both directions along McPhillips.
Coming up, how the Winnipeg Jets hope to end a 6-game losing streak, plus Whitey the dog.
Finally, the owner said, you can just have him. He can be in the military.
The history behind this Second World War soldier next.
Well, despite closing today at a loss, the TSX saw 63 new all-time highs throughout the year. The advances were mostly driven by mining stocks and financial firms. Tech darlings like Shopify and Celestica have also contributed, moving the index higher this year by a combined 11%. Some economists believe a further run of gold and silver prices in the new year could continue to support the TSX, but maybe not to the same degree the market saw in 2025. And here are the closing numbers for the day. The Canadian dollar is down to $72.87. West Texas Intermediate is down to $57.42. Western Canadian Select also ended the day lower at $43.83, and the TSX lost 153 points today, closing at 31,712. And those are your business headlines. I'm Lindsay Biscaya.
Market Watch is brought to you by Manitoba Blue Cross. Group health plans for any size business.
After the Winnipeg Jets' latest loss to the Edmonton Oilers on Monday, the team now ranks last in the entire league. Still, the team is hopeful they can end their 6-game losing streak tonight in Detroit.
Any win right now, we're kind of hoping it's the one that's going to get us started here, so no better place than right now, right here, tonight. So, yeah, it's a short road trip, but you also have a back-to-back. You can kind of stack those points up if you win those, and so we're excited, and we thought we were trending towards the right direction the last couple of games, and there's stuff to build on.
The Jets sport a 15-18 record this season so far with 34 points. Meanwhile, the opposing Detroit Red Wings rank 5th in the league and lead the Atlantic Division. For Gustav Nyquist, who made his NHL debut with the Red Wings, he says a win tonight won't come easy.
Fast team, transition team, still a lot of skilled guys that can make you pay. So got to be ready for that. It's kind of similar to, honestly, some of the Edmonton guys, obviously, with the speed they try to play with. So again, just worry about our own game, keep building, and then get the result tonight.
Puck drop in Detroit is at 5:30.
The Hockey Report, brought to you by Santa Lucia Pizza. Check out the game day special.
Winnipeg's Fort Garry Horse Regiment has a long and proud military history. They're also known for discovering and caring for the bear who would inspire the character Winnie the Pooh. Well, it turns out the regiment would also adopt another furry friend several years later. And as CTV's John Hendricks shows you, Whitey the dog story is now being shared with the world.
When soldiers from the Fort Garry Horse went to battle in the First World War, they didn't go alone. They famously brought a bear with them that history would eventually know as Winnie the Pooh.
Military soldiers have had mascots since the earliest times. And the First World War particularly, there was a great number of them. And there were so many that it became a problem. This is why they were banned. But of course, they found a way.
And they found a way to bring more than just Winnie the Bear. Years later, in the Second World War, the regiment adopted a dog named Whitey. And this furry soldier seemingly enlisted with the regiment.
Every day, the soldiers would march past on parade, and every day Whitey would break free. This happened numerous times, and finally the owner said, you can just have him. He can be in the military.
And so, Whitey became a member of the Fort Garry Horse, going with them from Winnipeg to Ontario and then to Nova Scotia before being smuggled overseas. There, Trooper Whitey served as something of a drill master with the regiment in England.
Was always on parade, would be out there with the sergeant major barking at the soldiers until they got in line, and then stand at attention with them.
Whitey even got a regimental number and pay, and for 5 years, he took his duties very seriously.
He never missed a parade in all of his years with the regiment.
That devotion to duty eventually costing him his life. Whitey died in a training accident just 1 month before D-Day.
The Fort Garry Horse Regiment was so distraught by Whitey's passing. They had a full military funeral for him.
His story ended tragically, and Whitey's exploits were largely lost to the passage of time. But perhaps not for much longer.
The puppy followed the soldiers back to their barracks.
Kelsey Loney has written a children's story about Whitey and his adventures with the Fort Garry horse. It's called Whitey's Journey,
including some very cute details, such as Whitey getting his teeth brushed and going for regular vet checkups.
It highlights our military history kind of in a fun, engaging way that can resonate with anybody.
And who knows, maybe one day Whitey's story will become as well known as Winnie's. John Hendricks, CTV News, Winnipeg.
Life has been so unfair to you.
Entering the new year with a season finale, an alternative way to celebrate New Year's Eve, next in Spotlight.
Spotlight, sponsored by the Casinos of Winnipeg, presenting Men Without Hats and the Spoons.
Colleen Brady has your Spotlight today. And Colleen, there are two types of people on New Year's Eve. You're either going to go out to a party in 2026 or you're on the couch maybe watching Stranger Things.
I think a lot of people will be doing just that. The season finale of Stranger Things runs tonight.
Mascot. Mother of God.
The 10-year journey in Hawkins is coming to a close. Some people will be heading to the theater starting at 7 p.m. tonight for a screening of the final 2-hour episode. One of the creators of the show, Ross Duffer, said there's already more than 1 million RSVPs for finale screenings tonight and New Year's Day. Many showtimes in Manitoba are already sold out.
Changing gears a little, the newest appointments to the Order of Canada were announced this morning.
That's right, Taylor. And one Manitoban is among the 80 new appointments made by the Governor General. Richard Chartier, a former Chief Justice of Manitoba, was appointed for his leadership in improving access to justice and language rights in Manitoba. The Governor General noted his landmark report on French language services has had a, quote, lasting impact. Chartier served as Chief Justice in the province from 2013 to 2022. Members also named to the order include 7-time Olympic medalist Andre DeGrasse and country superstar Terry Clark. Clark is the first Canadian female inducted into the Grand Ole Opry. Nardwar, who is being recognized as a journalist and culture innovator, was also appointed to the order.
A lot of names, nice list.
It's quite a diverse list, yeah.
I think that's fair to say.
That's great, though. I like it.
Good breath of Canada.
Yes.
Speaking of culture in Canada, Marvel fans got a first glimpse of Steve Rogers, and now it's all about the God of Thunder.
Isn't it always, though, Taylor? Chris Hemsworth is making his return to the Marvel Universe.
Lend me the strength of the old fathers, so that I may fight once more, defeat one more enemy.
Thor will be part of the Avengers Doomsday film. Last week, Marvel released the first teaser clip with Chris Evans as Steve Rogers. Doomsday hits theaters next year on December 18th, so we have a while to go yet. Almost a full year. But okay, mark your calendars, Taylor.
I will. Thank you, Colleen.
Your New Year's Eve primetime lineup starts at 7 tonight with the IIHF World Juniors pregame show. Then at 7:30, live from Minneapolis, Team Canada faces off against Finland. It's all right here tonight on CTV. A live look at the Norwood Bridge. Almost empty. A few cars right now. There's more on the way heading into the downtown area. It is New Year's Eve out there, as you know, so be careful if you're out on the roads. It's cold out there, too. I will have your full New Year's Eve, New Year's Day forecast coming right up.
Women's clothing provided by RW & Company. Salon services provided by S&T Spa Salon.
CTV Skywatch weather brought to you by South Beach Casino and Resort. Visit southbeachcasino.ca.
Well, it will be a cold end to 2025 and start to 2026 all across Manitoba and in northwestern Ontario. Clouds are going to build up tonight across the south ahead of a little round of light snow that will be ushering in the new year, as we do as well. Further east into northwestern Ontario heading into New Year's Eve evening. Pretty clear on the radar. Some winds coming out of the northwest. And in northern Manitoba tonight, exceptionally cold, including for folks again in the Pimachikamak First Nation or Cross Lake area. Overnight lows there expected to dip down down to minus 29 degrees. There are other areas in the north under a cold warning. So you see here's Cross Lake here. Nonetheless, still those are very cold numbers that I just recited to you there. Up in the north, though, further north, we have areas under that yellow cold warning. Wind chill values they're expected to feel in the minus 45 to minus 50 range. Here's what it feels like right now in the Churchill and Lynn Lake areas. Look at that, mid minus 40s wind chill. In Thompson, it feels like minus 41. Here in the south, we have wind chills in the mid minus 20s to minus 30. That's what it feels like here in Winnipeg. Back up in the north, the most active weather tonight is in the Churchill area. Blizzard conditions expected to continue or increase or accelerate as we get into this evening. The worst conditions, Environment Canada figures, will come through tonight. This warning is orange under its new weather alerting system because Environment Canada in part believes that the impacts of this blizzard will be high. In addition to the blizzard warning, Environment Canada has also issued a yellow warning. Why is it yellow as opposed to orange? Well, the impact's expected to be moderate. But having said that, Environment Canada is also forecasting under this warning that wind gusts will get to 90 or even 100 kilometers plus this evening as that blizzard winds through that community and into New Year's Day. We won't see a blizzard here in the south tonight, but as we ring in the new year around midnight in the southwest, we'll see a little bit of light snow pass on through. It'll come through Winnipeg in the morning. It looks like it'll be out of the way in the afternoon. Snow continuing in parts of the north there, up in the northeast. And as we get into Friday, you can see there's snow not too far off, clipping the southwest corner of the province. It shouldn't really reach us here in Winnipeg. Now for tonight, New Year's Eve, we drop down to minus 23 with that light snow overnight. Likely to see some tomorrow morning with a high of minus 17. Minus 15 by Friday, increasing clouds, a mix of sun and cloud to start off the weekend of the first weekend of the new year, minus 15 degrees. More light snow on the way by Sunday with a high of minus 11. Our first weather photo takes us out to East St. Paul near Winnipeg. That was around 9 o'clock this morning. That photo is from Carol. And a very patriotic end to the new year, Taylor. Well, it's not the new year just yet. It's the end of the year, isn't it? Okay, I'm jumping ahead here. This is out along the Winnipeg River in Menaki. Thanks to Janet for that one.
The CTV Skywatch Pick of the Day is brought to you by the Manitoba Chiropractors Association. We've got your back.
It's nearly 2026, so where are all the flying cars? Well, this year, many companies move closer to making it happen with different approaches being tried, from electric cars that take off and land vertically like a drone, other models more like cars using fuel, and some of them look more like helicopters. There's still a number of hurdles, but you may be happy to hear at least one company is hoping to make a go with it in China, bringing that car to market. I don't know if I'd want to be in a flying car, Colleen.
I don't know if you can plug it in when it's this cold.
You know what? What if it dies in the air? Oof. Okay. Well,
on that note,
we'll be back here at 6. The CTV National
Happy New Year.
Holdo starts now.